Welcome to Formula Fanatics, the high-octane sub-series of break-fix podcasts drive through motorsports news. This is your pit stop for all things Formula One, from breaking headlines and race recaps to insider analysis and paddock buzz. Whether you're a diehard tifoso, a Red Bull loyalist, or just love the thrill of wheel-to-wheel racing, we've got you covered with up-to-date F1 news delivered at full throttle. Strap in, because the lights are out and we're underway. This is Formula Fanatics.
What's going on? I love the hat. It's like chain links, but also Audi.
The whole getup, right? Tanya was asking me, she's like, what's the deal? I said, I got to play the part. She's like, the part of what? I said,
Audi and F1. Is that
yeah,
the part?
right. I play the part of the disappointed fan, but I got the swag. Now is the time. You buy your swag low and sell it lower later because it isn't going to be worth anything.
Yeah. So you buy your Cybertruck deposit at $100 and then you sell it later at $0.
It's like Matt used to always say, the resale value of an Audi is written right across the hood of the car, right? It's all zeros.
All zeros.
Well, we'll get into that as we go along, even though you don't like the title, but it's okay because our fans.
I'm never going to live that down, am I? That's just
No, you're not.
my
That's
thing.
just it.
You know what? Fine. Then I'm going to double down. Yeah, the title sucks. Welcome to the Formula One show where the title sucks, but the content is okay.
And that's just good enough.
Yes, that's the formula of mediocrity.
Drive to the middle, to the medium pace.
Drive to exist.
That's a new Adam Sandler hit single there.
Yeah.
Formula Medium.
The medium. Formula Un.
All right, now we can talk about Formula. Do we have any updates from the last time we got together?
Well, we have liveries coming out for each of the cars.
That's in February, though, right?
No, well, Cadillac's is in February. They're doing theirs during the Super Bowl, I think.
Ooh, that makes sense. That's cool.
But like Red Bull's already revealed theirs.
And it looks exactly the same as the other years.
It's like the shade of blue changed subtly or something. Like it's super hard to tell.
Have I or have I not said that the cars look the same every year?
They're actually smaller.
An inch does not make those things smaller.
No, they're more than an inch. Like when you put them side by side, they're more to whatever the era of the cars was before these.
But we're not talking Senna era small like those were.
No, of course not.
Because those are like go-karts in comparison to what the trucks that are on track these days. So they're going to reveal the liveries and the look of the new car, right? I mean, it's always going to be a formula car, so the wings will be slightly different. But I mean, we're not going back to the high noses of the 1990s with Schumacher. Remember I always thought those looked super cool with the high nose Ferraris. Remember those and the Renaults and stuff of like the mid to late 90s? I thought those were always super cool. You know, we have better aerodynamics now, I guess, apparently, whatever. So I guess we'll have to see what they look like. But I thought this was funny. So take us back, Tanya, because I could be accused of being a Formula One hater, but I've been following Formula One since I was in diapers. There's been dark periods in Formula One for me where I just kind of didn't care. And I didn't want to watch it because, certain dynasties had ended, like Schumacher had retired finally, or, the Senna Prost thing was over or whatever it is. So now I'm getting back into it. I've never really stopped following. No, I don't follow it as hard as I did this last year and this year, right? So bring me up to speed. Bottas in his first race with Cadillac hasn't been in the driver's seat for like a couple of years. He's going to serve a 5-second penalty.
Yes.
What is going on?
Because he could not serve it because he got a penalty for an incident with Magnussen at Abu Dhabi, the last race of his season, but he did not serve the time penalty. So the time penalty apparently in the rules just sits there and is to be served at the next race, which he retired. And now his next race is coming up and the penalty gets to be served, even though they apparently are changing that rule this year. And so that the penalties expire after 12 months. So basically, had they already enacted that rule, he would have been back to 0 penalty points because he's been out for over a year, which I don't understand why they don't just freaking make an exception and apply it to him now. Like, what's the point? I mean, at the end of the day, he's going to have a 5-second penalty. It's probably going to make no difference to the outcome.
Are you saying the Cadillac's not going to last, or it's not going to matter overall?
The first race of the season is probably going to be a cluster for everybody.
Yeah. Red Bull's going to win.
I doubt that the Cadillac's going to be vying for 1 and 2, and then a 5-second penalty, suddenly they're, down in 10th place.
They're going to be in 14th and stay down there with Alonso and Stroll. So it's all good. I got it. So the first race of the year is Australia, right? So down in Adelaide, I don't see Red Bull winning either because they got a new power plant from Ford. I think McLaren's going to come out swinging, and it's going to be an Oscar Lando thing.
Because Red Bull and Mercedes got cheater motors. They got approved.
They got approved?
Yes, their hack or their little gray area trick for the compression of the motors, it's all good. So Red Bull and Mercedes have skated whatever this line in the rule book is on the engine compression. So
yeah, but once everybody else catches up, then we have BOP again.
Well, the first race, they'll be ahead.
And what's Snuffleupagus going to complain about in that race?
Who's Snuffleupagus?
The one with the eyelashes.
Oh, God. George Russell.
Russelopicus.
Russelopicus. Ah! We coined something new.
I don't know. I'm sure he'll find something.
Something to complain. Antonelli. I'm still very hopeful for Antonelli this year. I think he's going to come out swinging now.
I don't know.
He got through his rookie year.
He's at least driven the tracks once now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure he's done some off-season training and all that kind of stuff. Kimi Antonelli. I'm not saying he's going to be the champion, but I think he's going to be consistently up in the front, probably more so than Russell will be. But my crystal ball, Australia, I'm thinking it's Oscar's race. I think McLaren's going to be at the front. I think everybody else is going to have a lot of bugs to work out, which is going to be good for teams like Haas, which didn't really change a whole lot. And they changed their car at the end of last season. So they're probably going to carry over some of the stuff that we saw, which was good because they were making really good progress. And I think Bierman is somebody to watch in 2026. I think he's going to make good progress. Now, I'm not saying that What's His Nuts isn't a good driver, but I think Bierman is the guy to watch out for.
What's its nuts?
The guy that wrecks everybody. I can't even think of his name.
Ocon?
Right now. Yes, Ocon.
You got to be more specific.
I got to get back in the Formula One groove.
Well, I had to Snuffleupagus and then what's its nuts? I got it. Now I know.
It's all code names until they're revealed when their cars come out. You see, that's how we got to go here. All right. So I'm wearing the whole Audi thing, Do Audi fans have like a name? Like the Ferrari, the Tifosi, right? I mean, like, it's a thing.
Okay. Who are Audi fans?
I don't know.
Because new age Audi people, I'll just make a face. I'll just make a face and not say what I want to say. And so it would just be real Audi fans are all the old school Audi people.
Right? Maybe they're the meh. Just call them the meh.
Whenever I think of Audi fans, I think of that video I posted from Instagram of the guy on the 80s dating tape where he's talking about how he's trying to pick up a woman. And he said, and I also drive an Audi.
Oh, man. Oh. See, I thought I heard you wrong there. You said Audi fans, right? Is that what you said?
Yes, not any's, Audis.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So there's been a bunch of propaganda, I'm going to call it that, coming from the Audi club. And it's like, nonstop about Audi Formula One, which is obvious. If you're part of the club, that's what there is to talk about right now. And so this one article that came through, because we're all kind of scratching our head, right? Again, why did they choose Hulkenberg? Why are they sticking with these drivers? They are a world-class motorsports team. Every time they've gone into a discipline of racing, they've dominated, whether it was IMSA, whether it was rally, whether it was Le Mans, so on and the line. So Formula One is the new mountain that they want to climb. This article comes out, Audi's 2026 Formula One vision, patience, progress, no instant results. And so you read all this,
Hedging themselves already.
Yeah, they already are. They're making excuses. They haven't even turned the first lap in 15th position. And saying here, I love this last line. We have faith in Audi and what they can do. Let's not get discouraged if they are not battling at the front. Their time will come, but they have some lessons to learn first. And I'm like, spoken like a true disappointed fan. How do you go in to a season already like We're losers.
What I don't understand is they're not going to be in the sport long enough to see themselves as winners because they're going to pull out at some point, like within the next couple of years, just because they're going to lose funding.
The money is so great to be at the level of Ferrari, McLaren. Even Ferrari's not doing great, but Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, Red Bull, and all them to be there. You got to shell out. Now I get that there's a spending cap, but I'm sure there's loopholes to the spending cap, right? I mean, it's like whatever.
Hmm.
I think the bigger problem. So what was it that, where did you read that? Because I don't see, it must have been the other article because I didn't see any of that.
It's the very first one. It's at the bottom.
The very first one at the bottom. I swear to God, I don't see what you.
The one with the guy who looks like Egon Spangler.
Yeah, that's Binotto. He's the moron that was heading Ferrari, and then they booted him.
Yeah, well, he's at Audi now, so that's going to be the same, more of the same.
Yeah. He's on a sinking ship.
It's at the bottom. It's under the very last picture is where they were saying they were giving the final excuses.
Well, no, you said something. There was something you said about how they've got the ability or something.
So I don't mean to come across as
I have faith in what they can do too. I don't have faith in what the two drivers they selected can do.
Thank you for finally agreeing with me because I said that last year. And it was like, I got these blank stares and I'm like, this was the wrong choice.
they should have got Bottas.
Over Hulkenberg? Yes. Bortoleto, it's not going to do it.
People keep saying he's the one to look at. And I saw something the other day that said, I forget who it was that was commenting on him. It was someone else in F1. And it was like, he's so precise and every lap is precision, precision. He doesn't make a mistake. I'm like, motherfucker, wrecked how many times? He doesn't make a mistake though? Like, get the fuck out.
Yeah, I can't remember how many times he put it in the wall last year.
And where did he come in points versus the other rookies?
Poop emoji.
Maybe he has potential, but you could say that about any of the guys that are stepping into a Formula One car. Obviously, they have potential.
You know what I also like about this picture of Egon and the other Audi guys? You know, the Audi guys showed up with suits, basically. You know, no tie, open collar. Did he just like roll up in a Fiat Brava and like get out from, drinking a cappuccino? Did somebody forget to dress him? Like, what is going on in this press picture? It's so bizarre.
He's got like corduroy pants on.
Egon. All right. So the next article that came across over the winter break, this wasn't even that long ago. It's basically Audi whining and complaining and starting on the engine wars. They're already saying, basically they're on the back foot. Like, you had an entire year to develop your power plant. You're the only one coming to the table with a new power plant that you designed in-house. And that's totally fine. I have no problem with that. But don't start complaining that, Ferrari or Mercedes. Ford is also coming to the table with a brand new power plant that they've been working on. So I would say you're on a level playing field. You're not really on the back foot to anybody in that respect.
Where did this article say that?
There's another one that talks about the engine wars, and they were complaining about, like you were talking about with the Mercedes and the compression thing, the little loophole. It's like, well, the loophole's there for everybody.
No, because Ferrari's bitching about it too.
Yeah, right. Well, they got a lot of things to complain about. Oh my God. Yeah, see, Audi calls for clarity on 2026 power unit rules.
Yeah, they want to know if they can cheat too.
Ridiculous. I say let them build whatever they want, as long as they meet power to weight and whatever aerodynamic. If you want to do a flat 12 diesel single turbo, go ahead and build it. I don't care. Do what you want.
Well, here's the thing. So the new cars are all about, again, the stupid energy thing, right? And then the battery power and this, that, and the other. Audi already knows how to do this.
Yeah.
So why are they just sandbagging? Because they shouldn't be that far on the back foot. The e-tron is already a hybrid.
Right, exactly. And they were going to be supplying those MGUs to Formula One a couple of years ago. So they must have already known what's up and what to build and the specification. Again, it's not like they did it overnight. Unlike Cadillac, where I hate to say everything is like hand-me-downs, right? And I mean, you can argue this, that, and the other thing, but they've got Ferrari power plants and the chassis. I got to confirm whether it's theirs or not. It's probably a Dallara or whatever it is provided to them. And so, yes, the team is GM, but They're starting in a totally different world. It's all borrowed stuff until they can finalize their power plant, which will be some pushrod V8 out of whatever in this Formula One car.
I mean, I skimmed through this. You're taking a very negative spin on it and saying that they're just poo-pooing on themselves and already saying they're crap. And I don't get that from this article. Yeah, the article talks about the compression ratio clarity and basically saying every other engine builder is questioning what it is, since Mercedes and Red Bull have allegedly figured out a cheat around they dropped from 18 to 16, but somehow they can still hit 18
turbos. That's
or
what it is.
more. So then what? But then where are they measuring the compression ratio? It's a legitimate question.
Right. I feel like when I read between the lines, we're building a case for why their drivers are not good. And so they can blame a lot of other things instead of saying we chose the wrong drivers to come to the table with.
Well, if they do poorly and it's the engine, then they're scapegoating the drivers for it. Because you
Yeah.
can't have, like, basically they'd have to be hedging that they've built a crappy motor and they know it, and then they're going to scapegoat somebody else.
Yes. That, what you just described, is in the annals of Ferrari history, especially when you go back to the Enzo era. There was never fault with the cars. It was always something else. And it's kind of funny how that still kind of rings true even today. It's like, yeah, we built a crap car. It's uncompetitive, and they'll blame everything else on the planet except for the fact that the car's crap and it's slow. As we know, last year's cars were absolute garbage. Maybe I'm reading too much into it because I am also coming off of, studying all this other stuff. And it's just like, ugh, man, this reads too much like something that's already happened. Again, if we set it up now, that it's like, well, the rules and this and that, and it was all against us. To Brad's point, when they run out of money, they can sort of back out gracefully and say, see, all the cards were against us. It was the cheating compression ratio, it was the this and that, and it was the blah, blah, blah.
Well, no. What's going to happen is, because the point that they make in the article about the fact that the Dakar winning e-tron with its hybrid power plant, that they should be able to use that technology in another series that requires hybrid power plants, assuming that power plant's legal in Formula One. So are they going to get thrown with unfair advantage again? Because that's the Audi history.
That is the way they do things.
They do well, and then everybody goes unfair advantage.
Yep. So it's like they sort of set themselves up at that point. But that e-tron system you described, that's where you're using the gas power to create electrical energy. That's that hybrid electric generator power thing. That's not what Formula One cars are. They're electronically assisted petrol engines. So it's like an electric turbo versus the way they want to do things. So Audi can't come in and say, FIA, we're Audi and we invented light and fire and everything else known to man of cars that's revolutionary, and you need to do what we say. This is Formula One. It's a formula that people need to follow. So that's why I think they're sort of setting themselves up for failure by not wanting to play ball if that's the direction they're going to go in.
Nobody said, this article says nothing about them not playing ball. They've not said anything about them not playing ball.
No, I'm speculating.
Actually, the article says the advantage for the motors is Mercedes, Red Bull, and Audi. Those are the teams that should have an advantage.
Should, quote unquote. But Audi's got drivers. We're just going to leave that ...
It'll be interesting to see how they do, because I don't think they're gonna, I think that's gonna be a problem.
Yes. Again, when you look at the bottom half, because that's where they're going to be, are they going to be at the top end of the bottom half? Or are they going to be fighting with Haas? Are they going to be stuck behind Aston where, Alonso's just going to put him behind him like he's always done? Because let's look at how Hülkenberg and Bortoleto have raced against like Alonso and the Haas teams or whatever. Like to your point, where did Bortoleto end the year? Not that great. Hülkenberg, he got one podium last year, and the fluke at Silverstone. It took him how many years to get there, and it was a rain race, and half the field was wrecked out and the whole thing. And it's like, they're never going to get there. And then you've got Perez and Bottas to contend with, which veteran drivers in a new car, they're going to have the advantage over these guys. New car, I don't know. And if they get their pit strategy wrong, hopefully they've been. I mean, it's the Sauber team, right? So I guess they should know how to do at least that part, because if they suffer on pit strategy, they're
I don't
over
know
with.
Because Binotto was in charge of Ferrari when they had their worst pits
Oh man,
of a season. It was when that guy was the team principal. So,
oh boy. Well, the Audi merch is climbing. It's going to be awesome. I mean, I'm super excited about that part. We have all sorts of really cool swag. So maybe we add this next bit of Formula One-ness to next year's holiday shopping list. Lego City adds Audi Formula One display truck with Audi Formula One race car to their collection. I love this. I will have this. This is amazing. This isn't as cool as the Ferrari semi truck that turned into like a pit stall thing that they had with the Ferrari Formula One cars, but this is really, really cool. I do think it's funny though that it's a flatbed and not a car carrier.
Foreshadowing.
You want to be able to see the car on it.
It's also not the Speed Champion size stuff. It's the littler ones. But
Well,
I'm still okay with
if
that.
you want the Speed Champion size stuff, go ahead and put your pre-order now because it ships on March 1st.
What? Gonna have to get one. It's good stuff. Yeah, Lego getting into the game. So what's interesting, Formula One merch from last year, I've noticed has started to be clearanced out at Walmart and Target and stuff like that. So if you're into that sort of thing, it's time to grab it because I guess all new stuff is coming because the liveries are changing. That's also an indication maybe the cars are going to look a little bit different because if Lego's got to take everything back or get it off the shelves as clearance because they're going to reissue, 22, I guess it would be 11 new cars, in different colors and looks and all that kind of stuff. I guess there's new things coming, so I guess we have to wait and see. I will also add, as we wrap out this Formula One segment for the month, since we're talking about Formula One, I want to give a shout out to fellow MPN creator John Summers, the motoring historian. He got together with his co-host and longtime best friend Mark Gammy to talk about the greatness of Schumacher. And so that episode dropped on January the 5th. So scroll back into our catalog and check out that episode as well. It's actually really, really good. They try to pack a lot in an hour. They were there watching, those races. They went to the races. They were Schumacher fans in period, all that kind of stuff. And so they talk about, what happened afterwards and Schumacher's legacy and what he was like personality wise on track. I thought it was a really well done episode. So John's done a lot of Senna stuff in the past. He's very much a fan of Senna as well, but it was nice to have something different to hear about. Not the old-timey Formula One stuff, but it's like, oh, this is pretty modern, pretty current. He mentioned to me that he was going to do some more Formula One history stuff. So maybe, he could jump into something more modern, talk about like the Vettel era or something like that, or even the early days of Lewis Hamilton. It'd be kind of nice, if Hamilton was to retire. I'm not saying he's going to anytime soon, but if he did, it'd be nice to kind of close that chapter and do a retrospective. He's been in Formula One for a long time. So I could see more, I don't want to call them tribute episodes coming in the future, but it's cool when these historians, sit down and sort of do that retrospective analysis and then can, tell a nice story about what happened when for those that, may not have been there for it. And Schumacher is still in our thoughts and prayers all the time. So that about wraps up Formula One, unless you have anything else. But we will pick up February with what's new.
The Drive-Thru is our monthly news episode and is sponsored in part by organizations like CollectorCarGuide.net, Project Motoring, Garage Style Magazine, the Exotic Car Marketplace, and many others. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor of The Drive-Thru, look no further than www.motoringpodcast.net. Click About and then Advertising. Thank you again to everyone that supports the Motoring Podcast Network, Grand Touring Motorsports, our podcast Break Fix, and all the other services we provide.